Everyone, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are joining me from. We have a special guest today, my cat Pip. If you've been here before, you've seen her a couple times, but thank you for joining us. My name is Adam Fox, and I am one of the exercise instructors for Connected Community Health Support. So we are here to offer you free virtual exercise body weight training 4 days a week now instead of 3. We used to do 3, but now we've moved up to 4. So we do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Seth Spicer does the 7:30 on Monday, and then it restreams throughout the whole day. So if you want to catch a workout with him, you can watch the Monday streams. Tuesday, Jacob Carroll does the 12 p.m. This is all Eastern time also. And if you want to catch a stream with him, you can catch him at 12 o'clock and 5:30 throughout that day. And then I do the Thursday at 5:30, but the restreams are up for 7:30 and 12 as well on our Twitch page, just like all the other restreams. And then Friday, we alternate each day. So this week, it's going to be Jake at 7:30 in the morning, getting all you early birds. Tomorrow, next week, it'll be Seth, and the week after that, it will be me. So it was my turn last week, and we like to rotate it around. So not one person's doing too much. But let me open up the chat here real quick. There we go. Okay. So this week, all right, first I'm going to go through my little spiel. I'll try to get out of the way quick. I know I talk a little bit too much. But we have a really awesome pillar this week. It's sleep, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how important sleep is at the end of the stream. So don't forget to stick around to get that valuable information, because I learned a lot doing some research into this about how important sleep is and how much we need it. And it's not just something that we can brush off. But all right, so like I said, I'm Adam. I'm here for the body weight training for you guys today. And as always, we just want to eliminate every barrier there is to exercise. So not having a gym, not having weights at your house, or being able to go to a gym, transportation, or just not liking a gym because you don't like the stigmas around, your average gym, and you want to make it a little bit more, comfortable. We want to be that outlet for you. We want to be your outlet for movement. That also means if you're a beginner or someone who considers yourself more of an expert in movement, that we can cater to both. So we always give variations or modifications to every movement that we have on the spot, so it can help try to find the needs of what your needs are as far as movement needs. So as always, before we get started, I got to say, please, if you guys have any underlying health conditions such as like heart issues or joint issues, anything like that, go talk to your doctor first, get a clearance, just to make sure we know that you're healthy doing this, so you don't hurt yourself and put yourself in a bad place while doing this. So today, like I said, 45-minute workout. If I didn't say that, I'm saying it now. 45-minute workout. It's going to be 8 exercises back to back, so 1 through 8. Repeat that 3 times. It's going to be 45 seconds of work, 45 seconds of rest. Now remember, this is a 52-week program, so we progress you each week. And if this is a little bit too hard, all of our videos are saved on our YouTube and Facebook pages. You can go back and watch all the way from day 1, because today is day 55, week 18. I almost forgot to say that. Thank you, board, for reminding me. But remember, this is a long program, so if you guys don't feel comfortable jumping right into it, we can move back to the beginning and start from there. So without further ado, drum roll, let's get started. So first thing, we're going to get a warm-up in. We got to make sure the body's moving right for the rest of the day. So let's get some nice, I want to start from the ground. So we're going to do some ankle rolls real quick. Just roll the ankle out. You can do it with your foot on the ground like I am, or you can take your foot off of the ground, your forefoot, so to speak. You're going to do them clockwise. Now we're going to switch to counterclockwise, or whichever way you were just doing, just switch sides. And then we are going to switch the foot. Remember, we can do this foot on the ground. These kind of, in my opinion, these feel a little weird. I like to do them having your foot off the ground, but that also does require balance. So make sure you're close to a wall if you're going to be doing this. So I got to turn the light on. Oh, wrong light. Whoopsies. Living in this house for too long, not know which light is which. All right, now we're going to go to the other way, whichever that may be. Hi, Pip. Everyone give a nice CCHS welcome and wave to Pip over there, my cat. But all right, now we're going to go to the open and close gait. So now we got the ankles nice and warmed up. Let's get the hips warmed up too. All you're going to do is pretend like you're opening and closing your gait, and that gait is your hip. Pick it up, bring it back down, pick it up, bring it back down, just like so. Now we're going to switch over to the other side. One side, as you can see from me, has a little bit more range of motion, so that might be the same thing for you. That's not a bad thing. We are unilaterally dominant. Basically just means that we have one side that's more dominant than the other, so that's very common for that to happen. Now, we're going to do some leg extensions, knee extensions, so to speak. All you're going to do is try to bring your knee up to, your heel up to your butt while flexing your knee. So a couple of those. Want to get every joint warmed up before we get going today. So now we're going to switch sides, like so. And just keep on. I know you don't think of it as having a bicep, but your hamstring actually does have a bicep. The middle one of your 3 hamstrings is your bicep femoris. So you're doing curls, even though they're not the regular curls with your arm. You're still doing curls. All right, now that we got the lower body nice and warmed up, let's warm up the upper body. Do some T-spine rotations. We're going to have our hands out in front like this. Bring one hand behind you, follow it with your eyes, and then bring it back. Follow that hand with your eyes, follow with your eyes, and bring it back. The big thing with that is you want to make sure you're following with your eyes because your T-spine, so your thoracic spine, which is right in the middle, and then your cervical spine work together to help you rotate. So if you're only doing this, you're not getting the full rotation that you should be getting, that your body wants you to get, so to speak. And keep on keeping on with these. Just a couple more on each side. Keep on going, keep on going, keep on swimming, keep on. As if we're Dory from the Finding Nemo, but that's okay. Everyone knows that, I think. Bring it back, bring it back. Good. Now, we're going to do some arm circles, right? We want to get the shoulders a little bit more warmed up. We got the mid-back warmed up. Now we want the shoulders. So we're going to do nice and slow, or if you like doing it a little bit faster, that's okay. There are a different name for these, but it's controlled articular rotations, but that's more worrying about the speed. We're just trying to get the whole joint warmed up, get some blood flow to that area, get some sensation to that area before we do some nice arm and shoulder exercises today. So you can do single arms if you'd like, single arm if you'd like. Excuse my English. All right, and go other arm. Good. Now we're going to go warm up the neck. First thing we're going to do is I want you guys to shake your head around a little bit. Don't violently shake it, but just do some new patterns, some new ranges of motion you've never done before. It'll be good for your body just to get some new sensation. All right, now we're going to look left to right. So look to the left, look to the right, find a spot on each wall that we're going to look to. And I talk about this very frequently. What I mean by that is find a spot that you can think, okay, I'm not thinking about the muscle activation, I'm just thinking about looking at that spot. It makes you coordinate just a little bit better. Some good motor control science behind that. Now we're going to look down and look back up and look down and look back up. Same thing, try to look in between at your big ankle bones and then find a spot in the ceiling, just like that. You guys keep going. I'm going to get started with the first movement. As always, reach into the ground. So we have a little variation for this. I'm going to show you it in just a second, but we're starting with the reach into the ground in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So from here, get into a nice bent over position like this. Come down, come back up. Come down, and come back up. Now the variation is going to be a little bit harder this week. So you're going to have one foot in the wall, like so. You're going to do the same thing. You're just going to reach down and come back up. Reach down and come back up. Same, you're still doing the same hinging pattern, but now you're just putting your foot in the wall. We're making a single leg hinge. Now we can switch the leg as well. Down, come back up. And in full disclosure, my hamstring is hurting right now because I hiked yesterday. It was a very long hike. Oh, stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. I'm going to turn my ringer up so you guys can hear that because I know I like to talk a lot, believe it or not. But with those, just to go back a little bit, you can also do supine bridges, so laying on your back and doing a bridge, almost like a hip thruster, whichever one you guys are used to hearing, whether it's hip thruster, bridge, hinge. You can do that as well if you don't like the standing variation. And like I said, my hamstring is hurting a little bit right now from going on like a 5.5, 6 mile hike yesterday. Not thinking it was going to be that long, but that is okay. We're going to move to the alternating rows. So now we're going to get back down in this bent over position like so. You're gonna follow my lead, starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So I want you to reach to the ground and pull your hand back. Now, without bending down like this, keep your upper body nice and straight, nice and still, and you're gonna reach to the ground and pull back. Just like that. Reach to the ground, reach to the ground. Only let your arm and shoulder move. Don't twist your body like that. Just let that arm extend, let that arm extend, just like that. And keep on, and you can think of this as a row, but I want you guys to think of it as reaching. It does feel a little bit different as far as the intent of what you're doing. So just think reaching to the ground, reach, reach, reach. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Ooh, almost clapped. For any of you guys who have, 1 second, just grabbing my chair. For any of you guys who have been here with us for a while, you know I like to clap a lot. I don't mean to. I'm trying to get better at it because I know it's really annoying to constantly hear that on stream, so I'm getting better at it, but bear with me as I work through that little twitch I have almost, or what is it called? Tick, that's what I was looking for. So next one we're doing is a little bit of almost like a rehab movement, some little pull to press. So we're gonna start with our hand at our knee, press up, just like this. Pretend like you're taking a sword out of a sheath, if you guys have ever done that. Start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So start with your hand at your thigh like this. You don't want to turn completely, just putting your arm down and then pulling up, pressing, just like that. This is our overhead press for the week/day, if you guys are just joining me today. Remember, pull that sheath, press up. Pull that sword out of the sheath and press up. Now we're going to switch sides. One side might be a little more awkward than the other, so to speak, but that's okay. Make sure you're in a nice wide stance like this. It's going to get some really good shoulder range motion in today because we're doing pulling and pushing in the same movement. We're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. All right, we are powering through this first set. And remember, guys, this is 3 sets. So if you can only make it through 1 set, take that victory. Don't look at it as a negative thing because 1 set is better than none. You know, 1 is better than none. I know it's kind of a cliche saying, but this is about self-improvement each day, not just about trying to. Oh, what's up, Duncan? Rare sighting my other cat. It's not just about. All right, my girlfriend's got to come through. Come on, I was gonna say.
I'm here.
All right, never mind. She's just grabbing the laundry. I thought she was about to run through. But all right, moving on to the next one. We're gonna be doing a marching variation. Follow my lead. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So we're gonna go on one leg. Bring the heel forward. Bring the toe back, and then march to your knee. So heel, toe, march to knee. Heel, toe, march to knee. Heel, toe, march to knee, and same thing, just keep doing that. Now we're gonna switch sides, so we're gonna go opposite leg, so heel, toe, march, heel, toe. I know this is kind of one of the weirder movements we've done. We're trying to just switch it up a little bit, give you guys a little more variety in these movements, opposed to just the same old, so to speak. Up, I'm even messing it up a little bit. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Good job. There we go, guys. So we're halfway through the first set. We are moving on to the squat pattern. So as I said, I am a little sore right now. And my hamstring hurts just a little bit from yesterday and that hike that we went on. So if I'm moving a little weird today, bear with me. I'm trying to nurse this overuse injury that I have. I wouldn't call it a strain. When you don't warm up and you think you're only hiking a little bit, when you do 5.5, 6 miles, your hamstrings will kind of yell at you a little bit. So let's just keep on moving on here. Moving on to the squat, and all that is sitting down in a chair and standing back up. I'm going to demo it and talk you through what I just said. 3, 2, 1, and begin. So when we sit down in a chair, is it the same thing as a squat? That's a trick question. Someone answer it. Yes, it is the same exact thing. All you have to do is sit down in the chair and stand back up. Say that you can't go all the way down. That's okay. Put a pillow or put something that's elevated under your butt on the chair and just touch your butt to the pillow. Come back up. Touch, and then come back up, just like that. Because we want to work within your range of motion. And if you don't have the range of motion, that is A-okay. We are going to work it into you the more that you come. Like I said, this is a day by day. This isn't a race. This is a marathon, so to speak. Except it's a 52-week marathon. All right, stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. No, I have not seen your belt.
No, I know where it is. I need it though.
Oh. All right, say hi to the other cat in the house. All right, now I'm gonna put the chair away so she falls. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. So next one we're moving on to is the push-ups and or pushing variation. So as always, like I said, not 3 different ones, but there is 3 for this. There's always a different way that we can do this. We want to give you as many variations as possible. So if you don't want to do the floor push-ups, you can do them from the wall. But big thing, make sure you're coming down for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then pushing yourself away, focusing on pushing your body as far away as you can. Also do it from an incline position. I'm going to be doing it from the floor, starting 3, 2, 1, and begin. So let's start from your knees. If you guys aren't that comfortable with it, that's totally okay. Make sure your hands are right under your chest, dropping down for 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3, and back up. Remember, I want you to pretend like someone's about to, there's something that's going to stab you in the chest, so you're keeping your chest as far away from the ground as you can, and then push up. Same thing again. Come down, come down, come down. Push up, just like that. 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. And if you want to make it a little bit harder, we can go feet and legs fully extended. So 1, 2, 3, go to your knees, and then press. Last one, 1, 2, knees, and then press. Good job, guys. There we go. So with the feet fully extended, if you're not, say you're able to do the kneeling push-ups, like on your knees, but you can't do the feet fully extended, a great way to kind of allow your body to be comfortable doing the full push-up is going with the feet fully extended and lowering yourself down to the ground with your feet fully extended, then going on your knees and pressing up. You got to let your body be comfortable with that load, with the weight of you doing that before you actually are able to do the full push-up. So, and you're gaining some eccentric strength. This is just the lowering aspect of the movement. But I'm going to shut up. We're moving on to the alternate snow angel, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So from that bent over position, we're going to start one hand over our head. We're just going to alternate like this. I know it kind of looks a little goofy, but it's okay. This is a coordination day. Or not, I wouldn't say coordination, actually, alternating day. We're using one arm, one leg, going back and forth. You can also, if that's too easy for you, without hitting the chair like I almost just did, we can go from the ground, opposite arms, just like this, making sure you're keeping that other arm up. Oof, the entire time. Excuse me. What a pig I am. So keep on alternating. I'm stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Good job, guys. This next one is a little bit of a doozy. I don't think I'm cutting my head off today. Just a little bit. That's all right. Better than usual. Usually I'm like half. I'm like, you only see my neck sometimes. So, all right. Next one. Next variation we have a bear crawl, but we're going to be in the bear crawl position. So, with your knees about an inch off the ground, you're going to row one arm, row the other arm. Row one arm, row the other arm. Also, the good standing variation is pushing yourself into the wall and just bringing one arm up like this. Starting in 2, 1, and begin. So on the wall, to mimic that, you're just bringing one arm up, other arm up, or you can row like this. If the grounded variation is a little bit too hard, moving to that grounded variation, say you can't take your knees off the ground and do it for the entire 45 seconds, keep your knees on the ground and just put a majority of your weight on your hands, like so. We got 15 seconds left here, so keep on powering through. And there goes another cat running by. Don't mind her. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. And remember, like I said, that one is extremely hard. We're working that into the program couple weeks ago. We wanted to deload and give you guys a little break. Now it's back again. So any type of variation like that is always going to be hard on the core and the shoulders and the legs, pretty much the whole body. So that's why we like to work it in there at the end of the first set. So back to, I did it. Damn it, I did it. Back to the floor touches and what I was trying to explain last time. So you can do the good old-fashioned, hinge like this, come down, come back up, stick the butt out, come back up like that. We're going to start with that in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So we can do that, or we can come down on our butts, on our backs like this, and press through the ground with our feet to make a straight line from our shoulders to our knees, just like that. And all you got to do is make sure that there is that straight line from your shoulders to your knees when you're at the top, like so. Now, the other variation is putting your foot on the wall and hinging back like this, coming back up. Hinging back down, coming back up. Switch leg, hinging down, coming up. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Like I said, my hamstring, she's not feeling very good right now. So sorry if I kind of half-assed some of these other variations, some of the hinging variations, I should say. It's the only real movement that is bringing me some discomfort. So I do apologize, guys. Bear with me here. I love you. I know you love me too, even though I've never met you. But that's okay. That's okay if I've never met you. I see your name pop up on the streams when you guys chat, and that's all that matters. I love creating this little community that we got here. So moving on back to the alternating rows / reaches. So remember, in a good bent over position like this, start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Reach towards the ground and then switch, just like that. You can do it a little faster if you want. I recommend doing a little bit slower, get a nice full reach like this. Reach down, pretend like you're reaching for the remote or whatever you want to reach for. And if you want, you can change where you're reaching to. So instead of just reaching the same exact way every single time, you can reach over to the left, over to the right, down below, down there. Make sure you're pulling yourself back. Pull your hand back. Pull your hand back. Just like that. Pull it back. Pull it back. Stop it here in just a couple seconds. 3, 2, and 1, and cut it. There we go. My head's still coming in fine. Look at this. This is perfect. Also, I know I clapped. That's okay. Give yourself 1 pat on each back for making it through the second set. Making it through the first set. Moving on to the second set. Because like I said, just tiny victories go a long way. You don't just have to worry about, because you got to think about goal setting, right? So you don't want to set the biggest goal first. You want to set your large goal for in the future and have tiny goals along the way so that you can kind of gain confidence you gain confidence and strength to then get to the larger goals. So with that in mind, doing the pull to press starting right now. I'm going to start with the left hand this time. Remember, in between the hip and the knee, pull up and press. You can think of it as like if you're a server, kind of holding the plate up here, or if you fence, even though I don't think they really pull the sword from the sheath in fencing, but hey, we can pretend. I'm not a fencer, so let's just pretend. You're gonna pull that sword out, press it to the sky, pull it out, press it to the sky, pull it out, just like that. It's a very complex movement for your shoulder blade. So if this is not working for you, you can just do the regular good old-fashioned overhead press. But we like to kind of switch it up. I just did the entire set on my one arm. I apologize. So next set, we're going to be doing with just the right arm. So hopefully you followed me and only did it with your left arm. If not, good for you. You're not just listening to me. You're thinking for yourself as well. So good job if you didn't listen to what I said. But if you did, just do the right arm next set for all of those pull presses instead. So my apologies, but it's all good. I'm going to keep on moving and grooving here. Also, should have said this in the beginning, but if you are watching this on Restream, please, if you have any questions, reach out to us. we would love to go back and forth with you guys, talk to you, help you figure out those questions. So just remember that, guys. Starting with the marching variation in 2, 1, and begin. So remember, heel forward, toe forward, and then touch the knee. I want you to bring the heel as far forward as you can, the toe far forward, and then touch the knee. Heel, toe, knee. This is a lot of single leg stability. We're still getting a good march variation with the core. Good. A couple more seconds on this side. And now switch over. It's honestly one that I came up with, which I like a lot, because you get almost like a single leg, not really squat, but just stability. Also with the core variation and the hinge, and if you go back far enough, you're almost getting a little lunge pattern in there too. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. That's only 3 for the day. I'm getting better with the claps. Only 3. But it's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day. So, and I'm equating myself to Rome, so I must be that great. And hey, confidence is key, right? Something like that. Whoever sticks through these the entire time, I know there's a couple people out there right now. You guys are troopers for being able to listen to me the whole time. So I salute you. My hat is off to you. So I'm glad you're getting a good workout in and you're able to listen to me jabber for an hour. So you guys are the real MVP, not me. Going back to the squats now. Remember, all it is sitting in a chair. Don't make it too complicated. Start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. What I know I always say, it's just like sitting in a chair, because it is. So when you think about squatting, a lot of people have a bad conception of what squatting is. They have a misconception because they think they need to squeeze muscles tight and hold their hips in a certain position. If you tell your body that all you're doing is sitting back down and standing up, your body will organize better and coordinate better around that external task of, hey, all I'm doing is sitting down, standing up. But when you tell yourself that you need to squat, then what happens is you kind of think about the muscles too much and you get in the way of your body's natural coordination. So just sit down in the chair and stand back up. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. And I'm going to go on spiels like that. To be honest, I go on those spiels a lot because coordination, motor control is really important to me, and I really value the things I've learned in school from motor control and motor learning about how making sure that you focus on the goal of the task, like I just talked about, is better than focusing on the process of the movement. So AKA the muscle activation where you should feel it, so to speak. You don't need to squeeze anything. If you do a squat, if you sit down in a chair and stand back up, you'll feel it in your glutes, I promise. You don't have to feel it 100% only in your glutes because that's not how humans work. But moving on to pushing in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Remember, from the knees, 1, 2, 3. Or you can do it with the feet and legs fully extended, 1, 2, 3, and back up. Or if that's still a little too hard, but you're in the middle from the kneeling push-up to the regular push-up, we're going to go down, 1, 2, 3, go to the knees, and press back up. Same thing again, 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3, and back up. Keep on doing that, guys. Only got about 10 more seconds. Also, my counting sometimes a little bit too fast, so make sure you're going down for a full 3 seconds. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. See, even that time I was like a split second too fast, but that's okay. You guys are still here moving, and that's all I care about. And also, guys, if you are joining in via however you want to pronounce it, restream at any point in time throughout the week, go check us out on our social media pages, Connected CHS at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and of course Twitch. But if you're watching the restreams, you're already going to be on Twitch. So hit that follow button or subscribe. I can't remember which one it was. Whichever one you're on, YouTube or Twitch, go follow us. Starting in 3, 2, 1 with those alternating snow angels. Remember, one hand starts on top, one hand starts on bottom. We're just alternating that New York accent, the upstate New York accent where T's don't exist. Alternating or hunting. That's starting to come out in me a little bit. I do apologize. I don't apologize for the accent. I just apologize you can't understand me. So now we're going to go to the ground, make it a little bit harder. Remember, just switching which hand is on top, like you're doing a snow angel in August with your face not in snow. Basically the same thing, right? Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Well, that was good. I timed that out perfectly. Didn't even look at my timer that time. I'm proud of myself. So, I know it's a weird thing to think of, like, why am I doing snow angels, but excuse me. Sorry, the Red Bull's coming back up. Sugar-free Red Bull, though. Only caffeine. None of the, even though I'm sure there's bad, there's more. I know there's more bad stuff in there for you, but no sugar. That's a big key. But I know it sounds weird with the snow angels, but it's a really healthy movement pattern for your shoulders. Not a lot of people spend much time with their hands overhead like this. So bear with us as, we're doing bear crawls next. Bear with us as we continue doing those. Starting with the bear crawl in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Now remember, we can do these with the knees off the ground, just rowing your arms. So basically all you're doing is bringing your elbows to the sky, keeping that core nice and controlled so you're not wobbling all over the place or anything. But if this is too hard, we can go down to the knees and just do from here. Also, we can do on the wall, putting most of your weight into the wall, rolling one hand back, one hand back, one hand back, just like that. I'm going to finish off with this. So remember, keep on doing those rows, guys. Keep those knees an inch off the ground. And we are done. You made it through this second set. Give yourselves 2 nice little pats on the back. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you. I'm not just saying that like a dad after a varsity game. I'm actually, or dad after a little league game. That's what I meant to say. I am proud of you. Good job. You guys are sticking through this and making yourselves a happier, healthier version of yourself every time you come into this stream. It's also about accountability because we don't account for you, but you are the one that needs to keep yourself accountable. I know you are keeping yourself accountable, so I keep on seeing those numbers go up every time on the stream. So kudos to you guys. Good job. Starting with that hinge pattern right now. I was talking too much. So for the one for this week, remember, heel and base of your foot on the wall. You're just going to push your butt back, pick up the pillow, push your butt back, just like that. So now you have some stability on that wall. Just kind of go down, come back up. I'm going to switch legs because that one hurts. Now remember, I did not hurt myself. I know I've said this already in the stream. For any of you joining on, I did not hurt myself doing this workout program. I hurt myself doing my own stupid stuff and not warming up correctly because that is part of the nature of the beast. Always think you're ready to go. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Also, I'm on a roll today. I just got a bunch of things coming in my head. Also, make sure you go check us out on our social media pages because we are in the middle of a mini series right now. We're posting all the 7 different movement patterns. So squat, hinge, push, pull, core, carry, and lunge. We're posting different movements for that movement pattern, a bunch of different variations. I think there's 3 to 5 in each video. So if you guys are looking for more to do outside of this, you want some more advice, so to speak, for gym movements, go check that out. I think that'd be a lot of help for everyone, not just some of the people that are in the gyms and a little more active. So we can do it for everybody. So alternate rows, get down in that position. We're starting right now. Also, you can do this from this position if you don't like the bent over position, but bent over, you have a little more gravity resistance, so it makes it a little bit more of a pump, as Arnold would say. So reach out. Like I said, I want you reaching in different positions too. Don't just reach straight down the entire time. Add some variety to it. Your body loves a little bit of variety. Just make sure you're not dipping down like this. If you can reach the floor from here, congratulations, you got some really long arms. But keep on rowing, just like this. Keep rowing and reaching, and rowing and reaching, and rowing and reaching, and stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Now I'm just gonna do some other weird things with my hands because I can't clap anymore. So you're gonna see me doing like uppercuts and I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing. You guys are gonna be laughing at me, but hey, as long as you're laughing, the doctor orders a good laugh every day. So if you don't get your laugh in, you can come laugh at me or with me. I'm down for either. As long as you guys are happy, I don't care what you're laughing at. If it's me or with me, you know what I mean? So either way, I'm glad you guys are in here getting a little bit of a good workout and good laugh in today. So back to the pull to press. So remember, if I messed this up last time, and if you followed me, this time we're doing all right arm, okay? So starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. I'm gonna stay doing my right arm this time, but I'm gonna tell you guys when to switch because although I do exercise outside of this, I do like getting these movements in as a little bit of active recovery to kind of help my body, give my body a chance after I beat it up doing stupid things like going for a hike with no warm up. All right, now for everyone who didn't listen to me last time, let's switch arms. I'm gonna switch with you just to make it a little bit less confusing because we just passed the 23-second mark. And this doesn't go in half seconds. I'd love to do 22.5 seconds for each, but I'll have to call it 23, close enough. Remember, just pull and push, and pull and then push. And we are done with that one. There we go. See, there it is again, just throwing the random punches. I need to do something with my hands after we finish the set. It's a weird little thing, but you guys are still here, so I'm glad you guys enjoy it, whether it's my talking or my exercising or none of the above. You just want to get in good shape. Good. I'm glad you're here. We are really excited about that mini series that we're holding, so please go check that out. That would be of great help to us because we want to try to get a little bit more exposure for those movement variation videos because we think those are really beneficial for everybody. So go check those out and let's get started on the elbows to knees. Start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So heel, reach that toe all the way back, bring up, and then heel, toe, bring up, heel, toe, bring up, heel, toe. I don't mean to keep saying it, but it helps you coordinate too if you just give it a rhythm, a tempo. Now we're gonna switch sides. I know it sounds really weird, but your body loves rhythm to coordinate around, as well as goals to a task. So it's not just one thing. Your body likes to coordinate around a bunch of things. So coordination is kind of a interesting topic, but we're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Like your body is coordinated around rhythms all day. Your heartbeat is a rhythm. Your neuronal firing, your neurons firing has a rhythm to it. Your breath has a rhythm to it. So your body coordinates to all of that. And if you can say you have difficulty doing any of these movements, say the alternating snow angels, it goes tss, 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 tss. If you give any type of rhythm to it, your body will coordinate a little bit better. As long as you coordinate the whatever rhythm you're doing with your limb movement, it'll help a lot. So just a little suggestion and reminder there. So even though we're not moving on to the snow angels, we're moving on to the squats, starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So touch the butt, come back up. I want to really show you what I mean by that. I know I've already said it 3 times. You can mute me if you want. That's okay. Just keep on doing the movements. But so this is my squat to the chair, touching my butt, coming back up. Woo! Whoopsies. Take the chair away. Same exact movement pattern anatomically. What I mean by that is your muscles, joints, and bones are moving the exact same way. All I'm focusing on is pretending like I'm sitting down in that little invisible chair. Don't put your hands behind your back because it'll change your center of mass and you will probably fall over. So don't do that. Don't try to copy me. Oh, sitting in an imaginary chair. But just pretend like you're sitting in a chair. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. You guys got me on an energetic day. I don't think I've stopped talking the entire stream. So you're welcome for that. I know how much everyone loves to hear me talk, as well as get a great workout. All right, so we put this back. We don't need this anymore. We are almost done with this set. Only got 3 more movements, and then we're moving on to the cool down. And remember, stick around for the quote of the day and to hear me spiel just a little bit about sleep. Sleep is honestly one of the most important pillars we have, so I'm going to make sure I spend my time on that. Starting with the push-up in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Oh, little piece of rock on my hand. My apologies. 1, 2, 3, and back up. Remember, you can do this from the wall or an inclined position, i.e. this couch right here. I would love to do it on that couch, but it slides every time I do it and scratches our floor, so that's a no-no. Not allowed to do that anymore. Come down and push. Remember, even though I'm talking, 1, 2, 3, and back up. And 1, and 2, and 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. And back down again. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and done. There we go, guys. Good job. I know the push-ups kind of stink. No, let's be honest, push-ups suck, but they're a very, it's a, what is that? A necessary evil? Yes, necessary evil. We need to be able to have this movement pattern and be able to express force in it, but they really suck to do them, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a huge fan of push-ups, but we got to do them because we don't always have to do, or we have to do the things that we don't like sometimes, i.e. eating your vegetables or exercising, either or paying bills. That's something that we all don't want to do that we have to do, unfortunately. But moving on to the snow angels here, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So remember, down like this, one arm up, switch the arm, just like this. And I'll be honest, this is something I use with my personal training clients, and I thought, hey, why not? This isn't a bad idea to use for CCHS because this is a great shoulder warm-up or shoulder exercise in general. So now we're going to go down onto our faces. Well, don't actually lay on your face. That might be pretty uncomfortable. But you know what I'm trying to say. So just keep alternating. Don't let your body sway like mine just did. Try to keep everything else nice and still. Plant your feet in the ground if you need to. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Only one more exercise left to go in the day. And then we can just relax, do some nice shakeouts of the legs and the arms and some breathing and get you out of here to finish the rest of your beautiful Thursday night that you have ahead of you. Or it's already night. Maybe you're coming from England and it's 1 in the morning or 12 over there. Whatever the time difference is. I think it's 5 hours, so what? 11:30? All right. Am I bad at math? No, that'd be. I am really bad at math, evidently, but I think it's almost 6 o'clock, so it's got to be 11 something. Starting with that bear crawl variation in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Remember, we do not have to do this from the floor. We can do it from the wall. We're going to be doing the same thing, just bringing the arms up, making sure you have a nice, solid, wide stance. And the same thing applies. If you're able to do these, go ahead, but if you can't, just put all your weight on your arms, your hands, and just push your knees down and then do the same exact thing with a little bit more of a hold. You'll feel it in your core still, I promise. But for the last 10 seconds here, I want you guys to all try out the knees off the ground. Ready, set, go. Bring the hand up. See, even honestly for me, even these are a little difficult. So it's okay if you can't do these, guys. Do not feel bad. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Woo! Give me a Ric Flair. Woo! Real quick. We made it through the entire workout. Now, get to give yourself a big pat on each back. 3 of them on each back. Each shoulder. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job. You made it through. And this was a tough workout. We are back to the 45-45. We will be going up from here. Next week, it is going to be a longer work with a shorter rest, and then we'll give you a deload week. Don't worry, we always give you a deload week on the 20th. Well, the 20th week, so to speak. But now, let's get moving on this cool down. So, first thing we're doing, I'm good with the analogies today. I've been saying them all day. Pretend, pretend, pretend. Now, pretend like you stepped in a puddle, and you got to shake out your leg. You got to shake off all that water, right? This is really good for the lower body as far as recovery, helps promote blood flow and sensation, because sometimes when you get really burning your muscles start burning. It's hard to have good sensation, or it's called proprioception, knowing where your body is in space. So you have a real hard time doing that, and shaking out can help gain some new sensation to that area. So shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. You can shake it behind you, like so. Excuse me again, my apologies. Shake it out in front. I know it looks really weird, but this does actually help, I promise. Helps get rid of lactic acid buildup too by making it a little more blood flow, increasing the vasodilation, so to speak, from the nerd talk. All right, now we're gonna do the same things with our arms. First, if you want, this is the OG, the old-fashioned huggers. Oh my, I almost couldn't think of the name. And we've been doing them since week 1. So you can keep on doing these, or you can do this. You can shake from your fingers and your wrist, and shake from your elbow, then shake from your shoulder. Don't do it too ravish. Don't do it too viciously to the point where you're gonna hurt yourself. But just shake the arms out. We did a lot of arm work today, as far as push-ups and the rows and the press and the snow angels. So just shake them out real quick. Just like this. Shake, 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 shake. Even shake them overhead if you want, or just go back to those good old-fashioned hugs, like so. You can even breathe in this position if you want. Well, like you're not breathing already. You can do some controlled breathing in those positions if you'd like. Keep on shaking them out just a little bit. One thing I don't really talk about on stream that much is I talk about the importance of breathing for cooling down, but you should be trying to breathe unless you're in fully exerting yourself. Unless you are fully exerting yourself, you should be trying to breathe through your nose and out of your mouth at least, and making sure that your inhales are shorter than your exhales. So you want to ideally have it to be a 1-to-2 ratio, where the inhale is per se 2 to 4 seconds, and the exhale is like 6 to 8. So in that area, or 4 to 8 in that area, making sure that the exhale is considerably longer than the inhale. Also, we're going to start breathing right now. Now that I'm talking about it, I forgot I do still need my chair to breathe in. Well, I don't need it to breathe in, but you know what I mean. All right, now from here, in the nose, out of the mouth. Good, keep on going with that, guys. Remember that pace I was going at and how hard I was breathing, you want it to be ideally really quiet so where you don't even hear it. But that's once you get really good at nasal breathing, because all breathing should be quiet. You shouldn't have to think about breathing or hearing it, but you should have to think about breathing or be able to hear your breathing. But there's a lot of things in our everyday life that kind of turn us into mouth breathers more than we think about it. But that's what I could do a whole. Thank you, Siri. I could do almost a whole podcast or interview on mouth breathing and why you shouldn't do it. But today, the quote of the day, quote de la dia. I don't think that's how you say quote in Spanish. Please, no one quote me. That's a knee slapper. All right, so the quote of the week, quote of the day, setting a goal is not the main thing. It is deciding how you will go about achieving it and staying with that plan. So I want you guys to take that into consideration when I was talking about during the stream, all the tiny little goals, the tiny achievements that you make. Yes, you should have a long-term goal of what you want to be able to get through or get to, so to speak, whether it's financial, personal, business, your work life or your relationship, or it's exercise. You should be able to set that long-term goal, but then have tinier goals along the way to make sure that you succeed at reaching that big goal. And so it doesn't seem like you bit off too much to chew. You have too much in your mouth to chew, so to speak, because you want to make sure that it's realistic as well. There's a bunch of stuff we could talk about, smart goals as well, like sustainable, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So if you guys want to look up SMART goals, go ahead. I think that's some really good resources as far as setting goals and how to do that. So go ahead and look that up as well. But now I'm going to talk about sleep. So this week, like I said, was the pillar of sleep, and I've done some really interesting research about just how detrimental it is to not get the full, not even 8 hours, but 7 to 9 hours. So I am going to be reading off some of these note cards that I took notes on. But one of the big things is, first off, reaction time. So I'm going to talk a little bit of the sports side. Reaction time. Your reaction time increases markedly every time you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. There have been studies that have shown that your alertness, reaction time, and mood can all decrease when you get under 6 hours of sleep. As well, we talk about weight loss, and here, hold on, I'm going to stick with the sport-specific stuff. So also, there's a study that proved it was shown that, after a full 8 hours of sleep, full night's rest, your skill acquisition, motor skill acquisition, so how well you're able to pick up on a new skill with your fine motor skills or even gross motor skills, but in this instance, it was a fine motor skill task, improved 20 to 30% after a full 8 hours of sleep, compared to individuals that got 6 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, and 0 hours of sleep. So it is very important as far as when you're trying to learn a new skill. Your brain does something interesting. If you hook yourself up to electrodes and then go to sleep, say that you're practicing, let's talk about piano. I don't play piano, but say that you're practicing notes on a piano, 1 6 2 1 2, 1 6 2 1 2, right? When you're playing it, there's usually a sticking point of 1 6 2 1 2, 1 6 2 1 2. When you sleep, if you put the electrodes on your head, you can hear your brain going, which is the pattern that you were trying to play earlier, 1 6 2 1 2, sped up at 30 to 40 times the rate. So it's 1 6 2 1 2, 1 6 2 1 2, 1 6 2 1 2. So it's re-encoding that memory. That's another thing that sleep is amazing for. If you're getting your full 8 hours of sleep, that's where in REM sleep actually is where your body takes that memory and converts it into that long-term memory, so to speak. So that's where your body, when you're actually, they say that practice makes perfect. No, practice with a full night of sleep is actually what makes perfect. It's not just the practice, because if you don't have that practice, your brain isn't able to store those the motor skill and the memory into that long-term memory, so you can then do it the next day or reproduce that movement, so to speak. Also, a couple more things I really wanted to talk about. Injury risk as far as sports. There's a larger study mainly based off of surveys from college athletes and athletes in high school of they figured out how much sleep they got, and then they tracked them over X amount of time to see what their likelihood of injury was. And when comparing 9 hours of sleep to 5 hours of sleep, the individuals that got only 5 hours of sleep were 60% more likely to have an injury than the individuals who got 9 hours of sleep. Now, that is huge as far as injury preventing injury, like injury prevention, because that's just 60%. That's the difference from an entire season or an entire sports career as far as like a game-ending injury or a season-ending injury. So just keep that in mind as well. It helps with all those stabilizing muscles, because when you don't get full sleep, your body you don't get full 8 hours, you're not able to get the full 2 stages of REM sleep that you should be getting, 2 to 3. And then that's where all that muscle recovery, brain recovery, cardiovascular recovery comes into play when you're in that REM sleep. Also, I know I'm talking a lot, but this stuff is really think that this is important. As far as eating and weight loss goes, right? We always think like, oh, I can't stop eating. Well, if you're getting between 6 and less hours of sleep, you actually have a hormonal balance that is off. And when I mean hormones, I mean leptin and ghrelin. So leptin is the satiate. Leptin gives you the signal in your brain that you're satiated. Basically, it means that you're full. So ghrelin is the hormone that makes you hungry. It makes you have an appetite, so to speak. So when you are sleep deprived of 6 hours or less, your leptin goes way down and your ghrelin goes through the roof. So even if you have 8, your body is still telling you that you are still hungry, because there is a hormonal imbalance, because you're not getting the full 8 hours of sleep. And another study found that if you do not get 6 or plus hours a night, so anything 6 less, you actually will eat an average of 200 to 300 calories more per day every time you have that bad sleep, less than 6 hours. And over the course of a week, that's about 1,500 calories. If you're looking at 250 times 7, and then you look at that over the course of a month, that's 7,000 calories over a month. And I'm not that good at math, but 7 times 12, you're looking at almost 90,000 calories a year extra because you're not getting enough sleep. I think that in itself is one reason why I think everyone should try to get as much sleep as possible. And as well, the last thing that I'm going to leave you with today is the risk factor. So not only are you less productive, less creative, you social loaf more, which basically means if you're in a group project at work, you will sit back and not contribute to that work and let other people do all of your work for you, kind of like in a school project. So social loafing, that's called. And also, you have an increased risk for type 2 diabetes. You have a much greater prevalence of hypertension, so anything to do with blood pressure, a greater risk of stroke and other cardiovascular diseases if you're not getting that full 8 hours. So basically anything under 7 is really hurting your body. And I don't want to say one last thing because that's already the second time I've said that, but males out there, listen up. This is what I'll leave you on. This is really important, okay? Not only if you are awake for 20 plus hours, you are more impaired than someone who is legally drunk. That is true. Also, men, if you are getting 6 hours less of sleep, you have the testosterone levels of a male who is 10 years older than you. So I'm 23 years old. If I don't get 6 hours of sleep that day, someone who is 33, I have the same levels of testosterone as him, or he may even have higher levels of testosterone. So sleep, if you guys took anything from that little 10-minute spiel I just gave you, please take that sleep is important. Sleep is huge. Sleep is the foundation for all of life. If you don't get full 8 hours, then you're not going to be able to have any of the regular processes that your body does. They're not going to do it to 100% capacity, so to speak, efficiency, so to speak. So just keep that in mind, guys. That's all that I have for you today. If you want to check our full blog out, it will be up next week on sleep. We did the blog for for policy change this week. So please go check that out. I have a bunch more stuff that I'm going to be putting in the blog because I really think sleep is the most important aspect of our entire life. Because like I said, it's the foundation for the rest of your life. The foundation. We spend just a third of our life sleeping because you sleep more, you're healthier. Don't think, oh, I get less sleep, that means I can do more. No, your body's going to break down sooner and it's going to be a poorer quality of life throughout that time. So thank you for sticking along and listening to me, my couple soldiers out there that actually did stick around and listen. But I'm going to get out of here. I've got a hot date with my girlfriend. I'm going to go get some food, and then I got to take care of some other business stuff. So like always, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to us. If you want to learn more about sleep or overall health in general, please reach out to me or any of us at Connected CHS on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and YouTube as well, and Twitch, but I don't know if you can really message through there. So, all right, that is all I got for you. Thank you for sticking around for my big spiel. I really appreciate it. You guys have been awesome today, even though no one chimed in, but that's okay. I'm talking to myself. Have a great day. I will see you guys next